In today's video, I feel like talking about some of the current updates in today's pre-construction market and also touching upon the current resale going forward in 2022. If you are curious about the real estate market, here's a perspective from an active platinum agent in the Toronto market. Stick around and we'll go over right after this. Hi, welcome back to AV Team Real Estate. I'm Antonio, a local real estate agent in the Toronto GTA. If at any point you have any inquiries about the real estate market or looking to purchase or selling or investment advice, feel free to book a call with us with the link in the description below, or simply call us or shoot us an email. Contact information also in the description down below. As always, if you enjoy the content we put out every week, please be generous and like the video and consider subscribing to our channel to support us in creating videos just like this. For the last few months, I have been working closely with pre-construction developers to promote and sell their projects. And quite frankly, I have been getting a lot of information and would like to share it with you. I have been talking to many interested individuals that express interest in pre-construction but are always hesitant about the risks, especially when prices set by the builders are much higher than the resale market. First of all, I encounter many first-time buyers that express interest in pre-construction and their mindset is still set on prices back in 10 or 20 years ago, when they still expect pre-construction should be lower than the current resale prices. If you are part of the group of people that still have the same mindset, maybe it's about time to realize that is a thing in the past. Developers are looking at data from the last 10 years, and it's clear that things are only going up as history shows. Would you lose an opportunity to generate money if you were the builder? Answer is simply not. In addition, construction material, permits to build, and labor costs are much higher compared to the past. So these costs are added onto the purchase price. The developer are forced to increase the price not simply because they want to make more profit. In today's market, there are two types of buyers to consider. That is, either they are better suited for pre-construction or they are more suited for resale. They also take a very different approach. Let's start with the first type of buyer, the pre-construction buyer. First of all, you are now in a very tight spot with a mortgage and it may be hard to qualify for an auto. So you do, however, have a certain amount of income and cash on hand that you will want to invest. Then pre-construction can be a suitable choice for you because you can delay your mortgage until after the project is finished. It usually takes 3 to 4 years time to finish. With the current status of the stock market, I am aware that I am among those who are hoping for a rebound. If I'm being honest, I think it will take a little longer than normal to get back to where I was when I first invested last year, especially with the war situation in Ukraine and Russia. If you are among the investor or wanted to park your money other than the stock market, this might be a good option for you. This may help to answer some of the question about why would someone pay so much more for a pre-construction unit rather than a resale condo. Now, I'm not suggesting there aren't risks, but we could explore them together and from the developer's perspective. As you can see, the developers have refused to drop their pricing despite the current market. If you're expecting prices to decline in the near future, I highly advise you to watch my other video in which I explain why this is a bad idea. Simply said, the builders would only consider pre-construction pricing that had recently been sold in the area. If you apply the logic of comparing pre-construction versus the resale prices, the builder will only consider pre-construction prices. Here is an update that I would also like to share with my viewers is that I have been working closely in the past month with some builders in Uppbeat. Prior to launching the project in late March, I have been speaking to many potential interest buyers, but most of them, like any other people, once they learn the target pricing of the project is at least 15% or higher than the resale market, they couldn't believe the market is sustainable or even these projects could sell out. The majority of the buyer thought process were on how the pre-construction could sell for 1,200 to 1,300 per square foot when compared to the local resale market value of either 800 or 900 per square foot. It doesn't make sense, but when you consider that all the projects in the same neighborhood are priced at $1,250 or more per square foot, you can see what the builders are really expecting. Since the launch date, I can confirm that this project had approximately 370 units at launch and was sold out at least 80 to 90% within a few days. To put things in perspective, this project received nearly 2,000 award sheets for only 370 units. You can imagine how difficult it is to obtain a unit there. On to working on another project project in Lakeview, Mississauga. Long story short, this happened just in early April and had approximately 350 plus units available, and I had difficulties, like really difficulties getting unit from my few clients. From the insiders, they are already telling me that it should have more than 1,000 interest buyer worksheets submitted. I'm giving you this perspective from an active platinum agent in the market, and that we market and work very closely with the pre-construction developers all the time. Sure, I heard stories where people were doubting that with the high prices of the pre-construction, how could this be hot in the market and selling out? I'm on the same boat, but I'm just telling you the actual facts about what is happening in today's pre-construction. This just further proves that there is still a market for these so-called overpriced pre-construction condo, and the reason that I describe as a buyer that have some cash in hand and would like to invest and diversify their portfolio. However, I can't say these people are wrong, because when I look back maybe 4 to 5 years ago, some clients that we helped acquire unit were also hesitant to pull the trigger to buy around 600 to 700 per square foot. Just to remind you that those prices was also very high back then when there were no resale condos selling at that price. Fast forward to today, and the resale price is already way above 1,400 a square foot. Like I said earlier, I don't have a crystal ball to tell you what is going to happen in the future, but at least for the past 10 to 15 years, they are so far right about the price. Take a look at the current pricing that the builder have set. They invest hundreds of millions of dollars in projects development. I'm sure they conducted a thorough market research in order to forecast future prices. Although they might be wrong at times, they must have done a better job of calculating risk than the majority of others. Put it this way, they have more to lose than most people. If the market isn't sustainable, I'm confident they'd be the first to notice rather than we as the general public speculating. The builders too have a vision of the project they're working on. The majority of the projects, for example, are designed and built near a subway station or a future significant mode of transit that has been approved. Other projects could focus on a specific area such as the lakefront, with large master plan expected to transform the whole entire area. All of them are examples of the type of community that may be part of the future development, which is why the pre-construction is asking for a higher price. However, if you already have a deposit, there are reasons to look at resale market rather than pre-construction. It might be either 5%, 10%, or even a typical 20% deposit in hand. Then it will make a lot of sense if you have access to a mortgage that can cover at least 80% of the purchase price or more. This is by far the better option because you will not have to pay a higher price for pre-construction, resulting, of course, a lower risk. They're also a lot more flexible in that you can opt to rent out the property right immediately and start building equity. The key though is to able to obtain a deposit right away and to able to secure a mortgage based on your income or assets. The market appears to have peaked in January and February, and the market has begun to shift since the first interest rate hike. The apparent slowdown began in March, which is good news for buyers. This might be a fantastic opportunity for buyers to hunt for deals. Bottom line, the advantage of pre-construction is that it allows you to purchase time due to payment structures flexibility. Some deposit structure might extend 15% over a year and a half to 2 years, with 5% upon occupancy. Furthermore, as you wait for the property to appreciate in value over the next 3 to 4 years, you won't have to worry about property taxes, maintenance, or utility costs, among other things. Resale, on the other hand, requires the immediate deposit and the approval of a mortgage, but enjoy earlier with the physical asset in hand and home equity. I hope you can see a clearer picture between the pre-construction and resale in the current market in Toronto. If you have further questions about what pre-construction projects are available that might fit your criteria, or if you rather go with the resale market, don't hesitate to book a call with us or call us with the information in the description below. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.